this is the Asus n73jn. This is Asus desktop replacement machine, and it's called a desktop replacement because it's really big. So this is actually a 17-inch model, and let me just run through the specs about the power of this, because most of the time you would get a desktop replacement because of the power that you can actually get. So for the model that we are actually going to be talking about, it's actually come with an Intel Core i5 chip, 2.4 GHz, and it can go up to 2.93 GHz with turbo boost. Right, it's running on Windows 7 Home Premium. What else? It's got an NVIDIA GeForce GT335 graphics card with 1GB of video RAM. And what's special about this graphics card is that it's also running on the NVIDIA Optimus platform. So if you're finding this familiar, that is because the Dell Alienware M11X, which we featured a while back on this show, also featured the exact same graphics card, the GeForce 335, as well as the NVIDIA Optimus. And what the NVIDIA Optimus is that it actually toggles between the high-end graphics card and the integrated graphics card, depending on what kind of application it's using. And it does that by maintaining by checking this database where it says, okay, you're running StarCraft 2, switch to high-end graphics. You're running Microsoft Office, switch to low-end graphics. And this database is actually maintained by NVIDIA. And so what that actually allows you to do is it lets you save battery when you don't need that much amount of power, and seamlessly switch to the high-end graphics card without you having to toggle stuff or restart the computer or log in or log out when you need the extra power. So maximum power, maximum battery. So that's the idea of the NVIDIA Optimus. Alright, it's got, of course, you got your usual wireless stuff, 802.11n. Alright, it's got Bluetooth. So once again, the display is a 7.3-inch display. It's a 1600 across and 900 down, 16:9 16:9 widescreen display. And if you're wondering, that is actually not 1080p. 1080p is actually slightly higher, so it's actually not a full 1080p. Also, it's got 4GB of RAM, DDR3 RAM, and a terabyte of hard drive space. So how they do that is they actually have two 500GB, 7200 RPM hard drive, which is the reason why it's so big. Alright, it's got a 2.0 megapixel webcam, and it's got a Blu-ray combo drive as well. The whole weight, including the battery, is 3.4 kilograms. So that's really heavy. Alright, retail price is 2,298 Singapore dollars. So that's pretty much the specs and the price that that if for those of you who are concerned about these numbers would be actually be looking at. But the key feature, one of the most outstanding features of this computer, apart from the specifications, would be one, its huge ass speaker. So if you actually take a look below the monitor, this entire slab here, this is actually the speaker. And they actually produce really amazing sound, and the reason is because these speakers are actually powered by Bang & Olufsen, and they call it the Bang & Olufsen Ice Power. So maybe we can just pick one to let you hear something that's more familiar. So it's got really incredible audio, so it's perfect for a desktop replacement if you just want an all-in-one system that has really good sound out of the box and really a lot of power. So this is one of the strengths of it. It really is very good sounding, especially if you have good audio, good music to play it through. So the Bang & Olufsen speakers, this is one of the highlights of this particular machine. The other one, of course, is, as we mentioned earlier, there is a USB 3.0 port right here, so you can see that it's blue in color, so it's different from the other usual USB ports that you actually see, and of course certified by a USB 3.0 sticker. And if you want to take a look at the rest of the ports, you got a headphone jack here, microphone, and a multi-card reader. You got SD cards, memories, MMCs, as well as memory sticks. You got a wireless on-off switch here. It's an HDMI port. Like I mentioned, the USB 3.0, and eSATA port as well. And like most notebooks today, the eSATA port can also be used as a USB port. So they actually put two ports into one, right here. Okay, so you got your normal VGA port here as well. And at the back, you got two more USB ports. These are not USB 3.0 ports, just normal USB 2.0 ports and Ethernet. So if you're counting, that's 4 USB ports in total. The whole machine itself has got quite a very nice metal finish throughout, through the cover, even the the touchpad. You got this really brushed metal kind of feel, and it's a very nice design. And this touchpad here, it's actually quite big. And the great thing about it is actually to be honest, like most of the notebook computers that we're seeing today, it has a multi-touch feature. So you got your pinch to zoom in and out and things like that. So 2 fingers to scroll. So this one actually supports it out of the box. And if you're wondering, this is actually 2 buttons. Don't worry, that's not just one. So you got click and right click at the other side. So you got your normal indicators over here. And you got a row of shortcut keys over here. They are backlit as well, so you got playback controls as well as the volume controls over there. And of course, given the computer has so much space, they actually put a full, well, almost a full keyboard. I say almost because they kind of squeeze the directional keys inside here. So because of these directional keys, they push the shift key towards the left. So for some of you where you're used to, looking for the edge of the keyboard to find the shift key, when you're touch typing, you might have some problems. And likewise, the control key's been shifted all the way to the left as well due to the directional keys. There's a second set of directional keys which is over here actually, and by default you can actually use them as directional keys. You hit the num lock and they become a number pad. So yeah, this is the keyboard, the full keyboard of the computer itself. And finally, the computer actually has not 1 but 2 power buttons, and this second power button over here doesn't actually boot up the Windows system when the computer is off. But if you use this one instead of the other one, this one will actually bring you into this Asus instant boot up software where you can access some simple stuff without having to boot up the entire operating system. So this is actually an interesting feature. But nonetheless, it's kind of interesting to find them having an instant boot up software in a 17-inch computer, which you will most likely leave on the desk anyway. So when you hit the power button on this side, it will actually bring you to this interface, which is called the Express Gate Cloud. And what it is the instant boot up software. It allows you to access certain features without having you to wait for your entire system to boot up. So what you get is you get a calendar, a photo viewer, a web browser, some games, and you got a Trend Micro instant security thing. Yeah. One other interesting feature is the 2.0 megapixel camera. Yes, it's 2.0, not 1.3 or 0.3, and it's actually got a very interesting lens cover. So it actually covers up the lens, not from scratches though, because there's actually a piece of plastic in front of the lens itself. It just kind of covers this up. It's more like a privacy kind of thing in case some guy actually hijacks your webcam and starts shooting you without your permission, then to protect the lens. So this is the Asus n73jn. It's a 17-inch desktop replacement. So if you want to check out more videos and reviews of gadgets as well as a podcast regarding technology, check out our website www.tech65.org for more videos and podcasts, or subscribe to our channel for more videos. And that is all for this episode of Gear65. Goodbye!